If you only knew the power of the dark side.
2, 1, 0.
Welcome.
Indeed, folks. I'm Bob, and this is Let's Get Retro in association with RetroOnLem.com. And we are gonna get exhuming things. Yeah, it's a really crappy tie-in, but yeah, we're gonna play Exhumed on the Sega Saturn. 1996. That's the release date for this, and if for those of you interested, it was a Saturn release originally. I love that cheeky laugh. Saturn release originally. Then PlayStation, and then lastly PC. I think it was a year between each of them. That's Don LaFontaine. He's the voiceover guy, the guy that says, "In a world of heroes." So this is the blurb here. I'll let you listen to it.
However, something has gone terribly wrong. Unknown forces have seized the city, and great turmoil is spreading into neighboring lands. World leaders from all parts of the globe have sent forces into the Karnak Valley, but none have returned. The great power of this new empire is quickly crushing the best forces the human world has to offer. The only known information about this crisis came from a Karnak villager found wandering through the desert miles from his home, dazed, dehydrated, and close to death. In his final moments among the living, the villager told horrifying stories of fierce alien creatures that invaded the city, devoured the women and children, and made slaves of the men. Many of the unfortunate victims were skinned alive or brutally dismembered. Others were subjected to unbearable tortures, injected with strange substances, and then mummified while still alive. According to the villager, even the mummified body of the great King Ramses was unearthed and taken away. You have been chosen from a group of the best operatives in the world to infiltrate Karnak and destroy the threatening forces. But as your helicopter nears the Karnak Valley, it is shot down. You barely escape with your life. With no possible contact to the outside world, you begin your adventure, ready to accomplish your mission, praying to return alive.
Is it just me, or the drums in that very Terminator sort of dun 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 dun? Okay, so in this is the part where I spent 5 minutes fiddling with the controls, so I'll talk to you while I'm doing it. I love this game. It's just... It's an Egyptian-themed first-person shooter, and it's back from kind of Quake, Duke Nukem era. In fact, it's done, uses the build engine, which Duke Nukem uses. The only thing I don't like is the fact that you're basically using digital controls. There's no real... I've never been able to find a way of getting this working with any sort of analog controls, which is a pity. The other thing is, it's one of those first-person shooters back with the days when they were still migrating from, you know, being a... The makers are still thinking like, you know, people who made platform games, and there's an awful lot of jump here and do this, you know, but it kind of works for this game. It's very, again, just don't pay any attention to the key, just listen to the nice music and me rabbiting on, and don't worry about the fact that I'm just hitting the same keys over and over. It does the whole Metroidvania thing that, you know, you go through games, and you go through your game, you're playing through the level, you'll see a door that you can't get into because you don't have the right key. Later on in the game, you'll find you get some sort of power-up that lets you go back and get that key, and then go back to that other earlier area. So it's pretty cool that way. Anyway, let's kick it off. This is Ramses' tomb. This is a rather buff-looking gentleman who you are. There's kind of a little drum circle thing going on there with the music, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, you basically you can there's two buttons, look up and down, and then you can strafe, and then you've got you can fire. And what the hell was that? It's fairly forgiving as well with the whole looking up and down thing. I mean, if you're aiming roughly near something, it doesn't matter too much if you're aiming above it or below it. I have the pistol. Ho ho ho. Right, now that's now I have a machine gun. Oh, I gotta get more die-hard quotes into these videos. Okay, so there's that little slightly drunken if you watch as I'm kind of moving left and right, there's a bit. What the hell is that? Oh, crabs! These are little red spiders. Oh, they remind me a lot of, well, a combination of those little red tiny spiders you see on things, and what do you call this? Genital crabs. That's what I think they are anyway. Not that I know what that looks like, but pubic lice. That's what I'm thinking of. Again, not that I've ever experienced them, other than shooting these little guys. Now, it handles its ammo in a very weird way. Oh yeah, and obviously there's jumping, as I mentioned earlier. It handles its ammo in a very, it's a pretty decent way of doing it. The way it works is that blue bar is your ammo for that gun. Right, there's no different types of ammo, there's just blue orbs which replenish whichever weapon you have at that time, and red orbs which replenish your health. So they're the main two. Then there's some other, there's other things you get, like certain power-ups that make you invulnerable or make you go faster. Oh, which is the use button? There we go. But it makes it, you know, it's nice. It's you basically end up managing your weapons by, you know, filling one up, and then, you know, if you get more blue orbs, you change to your next empty weapon and then fill that up as well. So what was that? Oh, it's weapon power. Oh, you can. There's also a weapon power up as well. Which, can I get it? Oh, invisibility. That's useful. Hooah! Who's your daddy? So, yes, I'm making good use of the invisibility, as you can see, by just jumping around. Jump up to get down. So it kind of starts off, you know, you start off with some basic enemies, and then what the hell was that? Then they get a bit more complex, and more complex, and, you know. Oh, that's either my alarm going off that it's time to take my medication, or else it's yeah, the invisibility's worn off. Yeah, anyway, sorry, I was saying earlier on, there's that sort of little weird sway thing as you strafe left and right, which I think is pretty cool if it doesn't make you seasick. And here we go. Exposition happens now.
Welcome, mortal. I am King Ramses. When my body was laid to rest here, my name was not forgotten, and my spirit was blessed in the realm of the dead. For centuries I lived in splendid afterlife, among the most powerful gods of the world. Now, my eternal sleep has been broken by a savage race of creatures known as the Kilmat. These beasts have stolen my mummified corpse and are draining the power from it to use as their own.
I'm slightly disturbed about how they're draining the power.
Chaos will spread across the earth like a terrible wave of fire, burning all living things in its path. The world as we know it will die a painful death. It is you, Great One, that must do justice for the sake of mankind and shun this evil. Seek out the 6 treasured artifacts that once adorned my tomb, given to me by the most powerful gods of Egypt. They too have been stolen and scattered across the valley, and are highly guarded. These artifacts hold great powers and will help you on your journey. To begin your search, travel to Karnak and cross the high bridge on the east side of the village. Here you will find a great sanctuary that holds the first of the 6 mighty artifacts. If you happen to lose your way on your travels, return to this tomb
and I will give you guidance. Fear not the power of the Kilmat. Instead, embrace the powers of the Egyptian gods. They will help carry you to victory.
Okay, big giant head. We'll go and find your magic trinkets. Oh yeah, so anyway, those camels are your kind of gateways between levels. Let's jump ahead a little bit. So you're rejoining me in-game. I had to basically skip a level there because, well, I didn't want this... I'm going to try and keep this under about 20 minutes or so. I find that if my videos go over 20 minutes, people just get bored. Oh, there's a birdie! I shot the birdie. But I think, like I said, I know this is kind of Duke Nukem era, but I think some of these levels are fantastic. Okay, like symbol of... All these symbols are basically just keys. And they're exploding barrel. Oh, the barrels must die. Oh, ho, now I have a machine gun. I've got an M60. I still can't hit anything with it. Anyway, you'll be needing it at this level because I think this was the third level in. And... Sorry, I've been playing that long tonight, I actually can't remember how far in the game I am. Okay, so these jackal-headed Anubis chaps fire blue fireballs at you, of course, and are generally unpleasant to deal with, so you gotta really just blow them up with the old machine gun. Of course, the game mentions something about them. Oh no, that's the mummies later on, that they're villagers that were mummified against their will in the rather OTT intro, done by Mr. Voiceover himself. Who would think is Ramses too. I mean, as in, he is also Ramses, not he's Ramses II. Although he could be. He isn't though. You need the symbol of time. So yeah, it's a bit of a run around, collect the keys. There is a lot of this game. You got to be prepared for that. In fairness, it's one of those, you know. But it's you know, they're nice. The way they handle it is better than just the collect the blue key, collect the red key. I mean, quite often you're actually, you know, there'll be a door and you think, can I open it on this level, or you know, do I need to go off, do some other levels, come back and then open things? So that's pretty cool. So I may look at this on the PC. And I may look at this on the PlayStation because they're totally separate games. The PlayStation, there's some similarity. I think there's the odd level which is similar, but by and large different. Oh my god, lots of crabs. Very different games. The PC one again is if you're an American, this isn't called Exhumed at all. Probably should mention that actually. Should have mentioned that earlier. It's called Powerslave, and I don't know if it's. According to the blurb, it was called Powerslave in the States to tie in with an Iron Maiden album, which is called Powerslave. It's why do I have to be a Powerslave? Is how it didn't sound at all. I don't know if it's that or just they couldn't get the rights to the name in the UK and they had to call it Exhumed. I think Exhumed is a better name. Where's the eagle? It must die. Oh, don't go into the toxic green sludge. Like I said, there's a lot of backtracking and, you know, collecting things. The game has lots of hidden stuff. There is a Zarcist. Oh, shoot the birdie. Shoot the birdie. One day I will find a game that I don't get the jump button and the open button mixed up. In real life I actually do jump at doors a lot trying to open them. There's a lot of backtracking and... Oh yeah, you see that for example, right? You've no way of getting that right now. Now watch. Okay. Alright, there are other bits of the game where you need to have a levitation power-up that you get later on. And there's those kind of jumps where you're just not going to make it. Sorry, I just proved myself wrong with that one. But yeah, there's lots of hidden stuff. And there is... It's two sets of things that are hidden away. One is the this is kind of a spoiler for the game, so cover your ears if you don't want a little tip-et ruined for the game, I guess. There's also parts for a transmitter, as well as connecting all these power devices. You need to collect all the parts of the transmitter. And if you don't get them all, you get the bad ending, which is basically you've saved the world, but now you're stuck in a sarcophagus with a dead guy for all eternity. So you need the transmitter to tell people to get you. You know, you're a mercenary. Get you out of there. Which is like you're a celebrity, but you know has more shotguns. The other thing is you can go around collecting these little developer dolls, and if you get all of them, you get to open. What's it called? Yeah, Death Tank, which is a rather awesome little mini game, and I will have, through the wonders of me putting this up late, I will probably go and review that and stick it up. I haven't done it yet, but you'll be seeing it already. It's already up on YouTube, because I'm probably going to be editing this video later, if that makes any sense, which it doesn't. Anyway, yes, you people from the future that are listening to this will already have had an opportunity to see my Death Tank video. There's something behind there, but the only thing I can do is hit it with my... Yeah, there you go. It's a symbol of earth, wind and fire. I'm kind of low on health. Where's all the magic red orbs when I need them? Or a band-aid? Or a sugary drink? Anything? Ooh, that's good. That hit the spot. There are times, however, when I do like the red key, green key kind of thing, because it's, you know, was this a time? Was this a symbol of unity? Is this a symbol of, you know, Prince? I don't know. It's like the symbol of war. I don't have that key. Sorry, I mean symbol. Well, I really do like this game, and it's one of those games that it's one of the things we lost really when first-person shooters came out of the shooting. You know, this is the same kind of, you know, oh mother of God, same kind of, it's like a cross between a platformer and a shooter. And it can be very frustrating because, you know, jumping in a game where you can't really see exactly where you are, you know, you don't get the same precision you get in a regular 2D platformer where you can see the platform, or, you know, third-person game. It's a bit awkward, but I mean, it's, you know, there was so much backtracking, and you know, it wasn't just shoot all the bad guys, you know, which I really like so much that I say you know a lot. That's how you know that I like it. Alright, taste my blade, you dog-headed jackal man. It's a jackal-headed dog man, I forget. Oh, he went explode. Ah, I'm dead. I'm dog food. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Apologies on the lateness of my videos at the moment, but I am doing some stuff in the real world. If you were one of the lucky people that they're going to the Play Expo thing in the UK, I am jealous of you. Anyway, listen, thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you next time with more gaming goodness. Bye-bye.